Pump.
It's like a 90s song.
Yeah,
Pump it up.
All right. Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. Today we have a very special parenting edition of The Ridiculist, and I'm here with my friends Alex and Nikita from The Rebel Mama.
Hi guys.
So these ladies run an amazing mom blog for the rebellious woman. They also have a great mom Facebook group that I personally use all the time when I'm just like fucking tired of the bullshit out there on the internet. And they have a new book out. So tell me a little bit about the book.
Yeah. Well, we laugh every time we have to say it, but it's called The Rebel Mama's Handbook for Cool Moms. It's a girlfriend's guide to early motherhood. It was written in a way that's supposed to feel like we were hanging out on a couch drinking a bourbon and spilling the beans.
I love that. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the absolute crap out there when it comes to parenting. There's so much pressure on us moms to like constantly perform this motherhood thing perfectly. So I want to kind of go through some of the things that you guys have seen over and over again that we're spending way too much time and way too much money on worrying about. Number one on the Ridiculist is gender reveal parties.
They're the worst.
The worst.
Call it a sex reveal party because gender is a social construct.
You heard it here first.
Mic drop. Yeah. Next. That's all we need.
What's the next topic?
Right? But seriously, we've seen some like actual accidents on Facebook that have gone viral where like people have blown shit up just trying to talk to like discover whether the kid's a boy or a girl. Like
the dad that started the fire with the fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
How much did that cost, first of all, to put on a fireworks show to tell everybody that that child was a boy?
Has a penis.
Yeah.
Yes.
2018.
Yeah.
Like I think that we should all be a little bit beyond the like blue is for boys and pink is for girls, and now we're gonna like pop a balloon and see what other balloons come out. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, and you're also sending balloons into the environment.
Right.
Is everyone okay?
So number two on the Ridiculist is cake smashes.
Super wasteful.
It is wasteful. I enjoy cake. Why would I want my kids' grimy, disgusting, snotty hands all over said cake that
they're expensive.
They are
cakes.
expensive.
Yeah. They're cakes from the best bakeries.
Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Once again, we're creating visual content out of our kids,
right.
which is just, once again, it's so creepy.
Yeah, and it's exploitive, right? Like, you know, people like to kind of create a spectacle around their children. So I think it's unnecessary.
And it's wasteful. We have a massive food waste problem.
This is true.
In the world, like where you're gonna buy a cake and then have a 1-year-old who doesn't even understand the concept of a birthday.
In a studio and in an outfit that was bought for that specific.
You have to have a tutu.
You have to.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Let your kid have their own little cupcake.
They'll be fine, we promise.
Yeah.
They won't remember.
No.
Like a fucking thing.
Yeah, if you need to take a quick photo, snap it on your iPhone for free. You don't need a whole to-do.
You got portrait mode now. You don't have to go to studio.
You totally don't. Yeah, technology. It's quite amazing. So number three on the Ridiculist is showers, sprinkles, and sip and sees. A lot of messes.
Sip and sees. I just heard about this.
Yeah. Cute. It's a cute name.
It is a cute name.
Right?
But it's also like you have to go to your house again and bring you something else and do the whole thing. Like it's a little bit exhausting. I love celebrating milestones with friends. Yes. I think it's really great to get together and celebrate, but I think that it's getting a little bit out of control.
Totally.
So are you hosting these people?
Yeah, you host these people.
So it's like, I imagine triangle sandwiches and like
there's lots of like egg salad. Yeah.
And
I have to say with the
you have to play games.
Yeah, there's games.
Oh no.
We RSVP no. It's a hard no.
It's a hard no. But you know what? My thoughts on this is like, if you're gonna host these parties, please don't like set up a whole gift registry around it. That's when you like know it's gone too far. Like if you want to have parties and like take on that expense, fine, but like don't expect people to then like have to send more gifts. I don't need any more swaddles.
Yeah.
I don't need any more.
But some people don't have
blankets.
the means, so just because you have enough of a budget to put on this whole event, because it's an event.
Yes.
Doesn't mean everybody that wants to support you or wants to give you something can actually afford to do that.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And that's what's overscheduling us too. It's like everybody feels so overwhelmed, and part of it is self-inflicted. If you have a kid and you've enrolled them in a bunch of different things and you also have a life and whatever, but then you throw into the mix
all these other events,
social engagements that eat up an entire Sunday. Like,
I know. I often have girlfriends.
Also no.
Also no.
Never on a Sunday.
Yeah. There's only so many hours in the day, and you need your own to like recoup as well. Number 4 on the Ridiculist is overgifting. We just got through the holiday season. There was probably a lot of consumption happening around that, but this is happening all year long.
Yeah, so I think the thing that's also happening with gifting is it's not exclusive to Christmas and birthday anymore. It's also Easter and Valentine's Day, these random things that people are buying full-on gifts for. And I get it, because this is a retail holiday, so they're cashing in on all that stuff, but it's so unnecessary. And like, if you're gonna buy something, make it an experience, or do something with the child, or buy them a book, something that's long-lasting, not something plastic.
Totally.
That dies a slow death on my porch every summer.
I mean, like, we want them to die a slow death because they're f***ing annoying. Some of those trinkety little sounds, I just want to.
And then you just donate and donate, but again, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of landfill stuff.
But the stuff you donate, I mean, like, some of it goes to people who need it, and a lot of it goes to the landfills. A lot of it doesn't even end up being used again. So like, it just is a little bit, it's off-putting, especially at this time of year, you know, Christmas just passed, and you've seen it all. You've seen the level of consumerism that's happening. We've gone crazy. The world has gone insane.
I mean, if you don't know what to get, you should ask the parents, because there's a lot of things we spend money on.
They don't
like soccer lessons, all this stuff that they actually use. Or if you're gonna buy them clothes, ask me. I'll say he needs snow pants. Not like a really cool Armani sweater. No kid needs any Armani clothes.
They they grow so fast, they get them dirty, they get them scuffed. It's just not worth spending that kind of money. That's insane. Oh, okay, that's a hard no. So we were just talking about Armani. Let's talk about fancy kids' clothing in general. Yeah, it's excessive.
It's really excessive.
You had a comment about it.
My pet peeve, honestly, because we always, a huge part of what we do is we want women to remember themselves too. We don't want the mom to have to get lost behind the, you know, just the mom life and look and whatever it is. And if it means that, like, you know, your kid has to wear like a Carter's outfit instead of a Jacquardie outfit.
I love Carter's, folks.
But like that,
I get it.
That can go to your budget.
Totally.
That will make you feel better, and it's just unnecessary. It's a strange.
Well, the pet peeve is they complain, right? They complain about not having enough for themselves. So it's like, well, you know.
My kid looks like a Gap model, and I look like I just crawled out of a hole or whatever. There's like a meme going around that says something along those lines, and it's like, but why?
You don't need to do that.
Your kid wants to literally roll in mud.
Like, he doesn't give a shit.
He wants to do that. So like, put him in crappy clothes that you don't care about. Let him go explore the world with his body physically, and go put on something nice yourself. It just is a strange, doesn't make sense.
It's okay to take care of yourself too. You're part of the equation.
You know. Well, I mean, so I think one of the big comments that I hear from like a lot of my friends is that they feel guilty when they're doing anything for themselves as a mom, that they're not kind of putting that, whether it's money, whether it's time, whether it's energy, into their kids. So like, how do you address that with other moms?
Well, a healthy, happy mom is a gift to her kids.
I totally agree.
Like, I think that somebody who feels fulfilled and feels confident in their skin and, you know, isn't constantly insecure.
I just know that mom guilt is made up. If guys were doing the things, they would not be feeling guilty about it. They would just be doing them. I need the rest. I'm gonna chill now. I'm gonna watch Netflix. I'm gonna go take a bath, whatever it is. Like, just, it's okay to give yourself that time, whatever it is, to relax or to go, I don't know, whatever it is that you do. Go have breakfast by yourself. Go get a manicure, and don't feel bad about it when you're there, because you do deserve it.
Prioritize
You've earned
yourself.
it.
And only you can do that for yourself. Like, you have to come to the realization.
Like, nobody's gonna do that for you.
This guilt thing is like completely self-imposed. Like, I literally refuse to feel guilty for doing anything that makes me a better, more whole person. Like, why would I feel guilty about that?
Especially if it helps you.
Thing.
But then you come home and you're a better mom because you're in a better mental space, right?
So totally, you need that. You need that.
I do think though, like when you get into the habit of doing it, it becomes a lot easier. You stop feeling so guilty because you're like, okay, this is working. I feel better. My kids feel great. My husband doesn't hate me because I'm not so bitchy anymore. You know what I mean? Everything works because everybody's happy. So you start to really see the result. And then the next time you do it, you don't feel so guilty because you're like, hey, I'm doing something good.
You're doing
moms feel guilty stepping away from their kids to do things that are good for them too. Like that's the part that they can't get past. And it's like, but if you just kind of let go a little bit and trust the people around you and lean on your village a little bit, like, you know, maybe you think, oh, my husband can't do it. Like, well, has he ever actually been given the opportunity to do it? Like, have you ever just been like,
you have to try that. This is
you in 24 hours, like a whole day. Like, have you ever done that before, or are you checking in every 2 hours and
you have to do your due diligence and kind of like step away and stop micromanaging and be like, it might not be exactly the way I would have planned it, but they'll be fine. They're gonna be safe. They're gonna sleep. They're gonna eat.
They're gonna survive.
And at the end of the day, then they have a stronger relationship with the other parent too. Like that's the other. It all comes from insecurity, I think, though, because I'm not insecure about my kids' love for me at all. I know that they're able to love a lot of people, and that doesn't mean they love me
exclusively.
Any less. So if they want to, you know, they enjoy going to their grandparents, I'm not going to tell them not to go.
You know, but I totally agree. I have a lot of friends who struggle with like letting their husbands do anything, and as a result are resentful towards their husbands because they feel, oh, they can't do anything. But they don't do anything because they don't let them. So I think it is a vicious cycle, and just letting yourself kind of step back for a moment to let that partner kind of learn their own way.
And you know what? They're going to surprise you. They're surprisingly amazing at it.
You chose
because
them for
when you
a reason.
give them the opportunity, they know what to do. They're also like human beings and parents, and they have the same
instincts. No, absolutely. Like from a feminist perspective, women are not like innately more like more able or capable than men are in any kind of way. So
and feminists empower men too.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you can empower men to be in touch with their more nurturing side, or, you know, tap into their empathy a little bit, like see what it really is like to spend a day in their wives, but like that's feminism too, right?
Totally. I absolutely agree.
We can talk about this for days.
Yeah, like
obviously.
All right, so finally, let's talk about overscheduling.
Something we don't do.
Yeah, we refused. I mean, there's no need for kids to be every single day in an activity. Once again, it like just plays back into the overconsumerism model. Why are we doing this? Kids don't even want to be doing that.
Yeah, they don't want to play piano.
They're tired.
They want to play whatever it is they're playing when they run around going pew pew. Like when you don't understand what game they're playing, when they're just in their own head.
That's imagination.
That's what they want to do.
For sure.
They don't want to know they don't need to know karate and
gymnastics
and gymnastics,
fencing.
Fencing.
You know, there's and every time there's a new trend that comes out, oh, this is so great for a child's intuition, or this is so like going to the park is great for a child's intuition. They know, you know, it teaches them to trust their instincts of who they should talk to, who they shouldn't talk to. They can use their bodies, they can mitigate risk. There's all these great things that they can do with free play.
And just being aware.
I really appreciate that, because I think like in our kind of social media driven world too, it's just never enough. The stimulation is never enough. We're always swiping to see, to refresh. What new content can I consume again, and you know, faster and faster. And it's good to teach our young children that, like, you know, actually it's okay to just like sit with your own thoughts for like 10 minutes and just well,
they're going to need it.
They're going to need it.
They're the generation that is going to need it the most, right? Because they're just born right into this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm so excited to kind of dig right into the book. Can you tell us about where you can find the book, where you can purchase it?
You can find it in stores at Chapters Indigo. You can find it online, Chapters Indigo.
Great.
If you're in the States, Barnes & Noble.
Perfect.
And then 12 independent retailers in Toronto.
So ladies, tell me about the Facebook group, because I personally found that to be really helpful, especially in the sea of like absolutely overwhelming, judgmental mom Facebook groups out there. So tell me about it.
Not everybody knows about the Facebook
group.
We keep a tight lid because we like to keep it a certain standard, and we like to keep the out.
Yeah.
So we don't want anybody in there like starting fights and arguments and being judgmental.
Hey, can we have a conversation about vaccines?
Like, yeah, like none of that. You're out.
Like if you want to have a conversation about vaccines, go somebody else and do it. Like,
and there's a lot of places to have those conversations.
Yeah. So when we started it, it was all of our friends who had babies.
Like-minded.
And then a few of our friends who didn't have kids, that we were like, listen, if anyone you know has a kid and you think that they would benefit from a group of like straight shooting, no bullshit women, invite them into the Rebel Mamas group. And it started from that, and it's like a couple of years later we're at like 5,000 members.
Amazing.
But all of those members have been invited by existing members and vetted for, and if somebody says something,
I love
somebody breaks the rules,
then they're both out.
Then they're both
right?
out.
The invitee too,
and the horse.
I love that, because like
be cool.
Yeah, it makes you very conscious of like who you're going to invite in. Is this person going to be causing shit? Like, is this a shit disturber? Is this like, you know, somebody who's going to be causing trouble, and you don't want to?
I think it all came from the point of like, we needed a group that was supportive, that we can be transparent, that we can talk openly in. We don't need the bullshit. There's enough of it on the internet. So it's like a safe space, and we work really hard at keeping it safe.
We work hard to
That's like a lot of work too. Now, for those of you guys who want to follow the Rebel Mamas, where can they find you on Instagram?
We're on Instagram at the Rebel Mama. You will notice when you get there that there are very few photos of babies and even less photos of us.
Yeah, we don't do the selfie thing very much.
No, but I mean, Alex is the head of the visual curation, and you kind of can see our background and
the culture
I mean, we also think, we think women and mothers deserve better visuals too. I mean, you don't need to just look at crappy shit because you're a mom now. You still can be into architecture and fashion and editorial, that look, right? So we're very mindful of that, and the captions too. Like, we try to say things, like Nikita writes the captions, and we try to say things that mean more, or like, or even if they're witty or funny,
or they relate a non-mom image.
Right. Yeah. Well, thank you ladies so much for joining me. Everybody who's watching, you're going to want to check out their book. So check out the link below to purchase from Amazon today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love to hear from you on some of the bullshit that you guys have seen out there in the mom world. There is so much from different parties and different products and different expectations that society has for us moms. So leave me a comment below with some of those ideas, and I will see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye.